A new donation drop-off system is in place at the Interval store. The green bins that were once behind the building are now gone, and locals are asked to bring items to the store during business hours only. Store workers are pleased about the change, and Kathy Lee finds how the difference will benefit everyone.
There's not a day when the Interval store isn't busy with people coming to donate used items. To make drop-off more efficient, members of the store are pleased to announce some changes.
We do not want items dropped off during anything but our business hours, so we don't want items left overnight. We don't want them dropped off when people aren't here.
The new receiving process is an attempt to rectify problems they've had with the previous green donation bins.
Sometimes they broke open, and then usually they were filled up, so then items were left outside the bins, and then we would have scavengers going through, weather problems, so that things became wet, and then we are not able to use them.
It affects my job because if I'm fixing that everything, I cannot do my work, no? So it's a waste of time.
The green bins that used to be placed behind the store are now gone. They were removed last Friday. This week is the first for the new system to be put to the test, and so far the change seems to be catching on.
Last night was our first night, open until 8 o'clock, and we were busy until 7:30. So the folks out back really did notice a difference, so it was very nice.
Other changes include new security cameras installed.
So we were able to monitor some of the people that are taking advantage and trespassing.
And store hours have been extended to make up for removing the bins.
So it's 8 o'clock in the morning, except Sunday, which is 10 until 3:30. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to be open until 8 o'clock at night, accepting donations for people that work.
The public is reminded that large appliances can't be accepted due to the lack of man and woman power to move them, and because they can't be tested, and child car seats due to safety reasons.
Thank you.
In the end, Tammy Shoplin says the changes will benefit not only staff, but those receiving donations as well.
This was the best solution that we had, that we came up with, because that way we can ensure that the items are going into the building, they're coming in, we can sell them, they're going to where the donors meant for them to.
Kathy Lee, Newcap News.
A beaten and broken down park is soon going to look a lot better. The new children's playground is set to open up this weekend. Mike Baden explains how several groups got together to help out the neighborhood.
Leckie and Associates, the Kiwanis Club, and the City of Lloydminster joined forces to help revitalize this playground.
When we partnered with the Kiwanis Club, obviously this was the park of choice. Certainly get rid of the old equipment and get into the new modern, up-to-date equipment for the children.
The park is getting a steel string system put in instead of the normal auger concrete footing system that is installed in most playgrounds.
This allows us to work quicker and not as much ground disturbance. If there were underground utilities here, we've only dug down 14 inches, not 4 feet. We're not going to hit rocks, we're not going to hit natural gas lines.
The Kiwanis Club started the project 2 years ago and is excited to finally get it started.
You have no idea how exciting it is. I've been in this neighborhood several times over the last few months, and I'm sure the neighbors are wondering, God, she's here a lot, but we don't see anything happening. So finally, hopefully when they look out their windows today, they see that we are getting to work.
Kiwanis drafted a plan to add more features to the grassed area surrounding the park, which has now been approved by the city.
They're looking at more trees, benches, a pathway from the north end through to the south end. And if things go well, they would love to put some form of fountain in the park as well.
The complete project will cost around $70,000, with funding coming from the city, Kiwanis Club, and the 8th annual Leckie and Associates Golf Tournament taking place on August 16th. Mike Baden, Newcap News.
Many of us have come into contact with someone with bad breath, or even our own not smelling so pleasant, making for an awkward situation. In this week's Health Minute, Shauna Rasha gets some tips from a local dentist on how to prevent this nasty odor from happening to you.
Getting close to another can be a nice experience. However, bad breath is a turnoff for many. The cause, a buildup of bacteria from what we put into our mouths.
The bacteria sit on our tongues and in our gum pockets. And that's primarily where the smell is.
The market is flooded with products that claim to get rid of the nasty odor. Dr. Jamal recommends to be aware. These products just mask the smell, not cure it.
The scopes and Listerines, they contain alcohol in them, and they'll dry your mouth out even further, thereby increasing the amount of bacteria in it. Gum and candy, it just covers the bad breath as well, and especially if it has sugar in it, it's not the greatest idea because it's going to cause cavities.
If bad breath continues, it could be telling you that something more is going on in your body.
If you have diabetes, you're going to have a fruity odor on your breath. If you have kidney disease, you're going to have a distinct odor on your breath. If you have esophageal problems, it's the same thing.
Good oral hygiene habits, eating a well-balanced diet, and regular visits to the dentist will keep your breath smelling sweet. With this week's Health Minute, I'm Shauna Roshik.
The Health Minute is brought to you by Dr. Scott Poxon. Your eyes deserve an optometrist. Here for your eye health. Dr. Poxon, your optometrist for your busy life.